One of the unique treatments that we offer here at Bodylines is our Luminox light therapy treatment. Some of the benefits for having providing the light therapy treatment on your guests is that it's collagen boosting, it's wound healing, it's antifungal. It's gonna basically go into the skin and it's gonna heal it at a much faster pace. One of the analogies I like to use when using the Luminox is I like to explain to the guest that the Luminox light is like stimulating the skin cells and giving them 10 cups of coffee. It really gets them energized and it promotes those healing benefits. A fun fact about the Luminox is that it was originally designed and created by NASA to help wound healing in astronauts. So what was happening was when the astronauts were going up in space, because there's no gravity, they found that when the astronauts would get hurt or wounded up there, that it was taking a much longer time for the cells and everything to heal the wound. So they created the Luminox LED light therapy, and they learned that when their wounds were applied underneath this light, it would, like I said, stimulate the skin by giving it 10 cups of coffee, and it would heal the wound at a normal rate. When we come back to Earth and we use the same light, what they found was that it was healing the skin at a pace that was 10 times faster than normal. Which is why it's so popular today. We're going to begin today with some aromatherapy. Are you in the mood for some more clean or more floral aromas today?
I think I prefer the clean.
Clean? How does sweet orange or eucalyptus sound today?
The sweet orange sounds good.
Sweet orange? Okay. So we're going to grab a little bit of our sweet orange. You only need about a pea-sized portion in the hands. It doesn't take very much. You're going to go ahead and rub it together. And you're gonna invite your guests to take in 3 deep breaths in. You can do this throughout your treatment as well. When you right before you go into the proceedings of giving the neck, back, and shoulder massage, you can put it above their, mix a little bit of the aromatherapy and put it above their nose. They'll know to take a couple deep breaths in because they recognize the smell, so you don't even need to do that. But I like to, add it throughout my treatment. So go ahead and take a deep breath in. And exhale, and take another deep breath in, and exhale, and take one last good deep breath in, and exhale, and now we're ready to begin our treatment. Before we begin the procedure, I'd like to show you how the machine operates. The first thing you're going to do is turn the knob on. You're going to hear the machine click on. It's a little bit loud. And there's a couple settings on the light. So anytime you're doing the Luminox treatment, you want to make sure that you have them under the light for at least 15 minutes to gain the benefits from the LED. All of our treatments are 25 minutes, but if for whatever reason someone's in a big rush or they don't have as much time or whatever, you can perform it in 15 minutes, but you can't do it any less than 15 minutes. To set the time, you're going to see the time buttons, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to put it all the way to 25 minutes. Once the time is set properly, you're going to determine whether to use the blue or red light or both. So I'm going to show you how to turn on both lights. So you'll see right here on the screen, there's LED 1 and LED 2. If you click LED 1, the LED 1 will appear on the screen, and you're going to press this button to turn it on. And you're going to notice that LED 1 is the red light. To turn it off, you're going to press the button again, and you'll see that the setting still has LED 1. To take the setting off, you're going to click on LED 1 again. You'll notice that it's gone. Then you're going to click LED 2. You'll see that LED 2 is on. Click the button, you're going to notice that this is a blue light. To turn off the LED 2, click the button again, and you're going to go ahead and press that, and you're going to see that the screen is completely clear. If you have someone and you want to give them the benefits of both red and blue light, you can press both. You'll see both of them appear on the screen, and you're going to press the button and you'll get a combination of red and blue. If you want to use the pulse at any time, you can do it whether you have the setting on red, blue, or red and blue, and you would press the pulse button here, which is going to start a flashing light. To turn off the flashing light, You would stop it just like so. You'll see on the screen that it's LED 1, LED 2 with a flash. So that means that when I press this button, it's gonna do the same thing and it's gonna start flashing. Press the button again to stop it. You can press the pulse button to see that it stopped pulsing, and you can turn off both to see how to start from scratch again. Once you start the light, whether you do LED 1, LED 2, both, or with the pulse, the second that you start the light on, your timer has begun, and the machine will click off automatically at the end of whatever time you set it on. Basic information about the Luminox Light Therapy can be found in this binder located in the aesthetics supply closet. It gives you different protocols to follow for different skin types. But just to give you an idea of what each one of the lights does, the blue light is going to be bacteria killing, and it's going to promote healing with acne or any sort of infection. The red light is going to be healing and collagen stimulating. So if you have someone that has acne, blue light's going to be going to be the better choice. Red light's going to be a great choice for someone anti-aging. If you combine this treatment with a peel, and you perform a peel and heal, you can do a combination of the red-blue light, again, if they're fighting acne, and they're trying to promote the healing from the peel. There's a lot of different variations of ways that you can perform the treatment. But again, when you're dealing with someone that's fighting bacteria, think blue. And when you're looking for collagen boosting or anti-aging benefits, healing benefits, think red. And if they have a combination of both, then do both. So now we're going to begin our 45-minute Luminox treatment facial. What you're going to do is you're going to take a look at the skin. Of course, you're going to always perform a proper consultation. And you want to make sure specifically with this treatment to ask if the guest has any thyroid issues. So I'm going to go ahead and ask that because that is definitely important. So Liana, do you suffer from any thyroid issues, or are you on any thyroid medication?
No.
Okay. If the guest does, all you have to do is get an extra towel, roll the towel, and protect the thyroid. That's it. Thyroid is going to be located in the neck area, so as long as it's covered, you're fine. If they don't, then you don't need to proceed with that. So we're going to get started, and we're going to start the guest off with a little bit of aromatherapy. I'm going to invite her to take a couple deep breaths in, and this just gets them relaxed. The light can be pretty bright, and it can be a little stressful for the first-time guests. So this will help to kind of calm their nerves, and it will get them to start the relaxing process. Once that happens, you can go ahead and you can begin the cleansing of the skin. So you're going to grab a pump of some cleanser, mix it with a little bit of water. I like to perform a double cleanse. You can pre-cleanse with an oil, or you can use the same cleanser and double cleanse. Once the skin has been cleaned properly, you're going to remove the cleanser. Okay. Once both cleanses, or the pre-cleanse and the cleanser is performed, you are ready to go into the Luminox treatment. You're going to pick a serum specific to the guest skin type. So of course, after performing a proper consultation and figuring out what what the goals are with the skin, is how you're going to pick out the serum. All of the visual changes serums are safe to use on the skin prior to applying the light, except for the skin resurfacing gel 12%. All of the rest of them should be fine. So again, depending on what the guest is trying to achieve, whether it's anti-aging, you may want to use the Resurrection, or you can do a vitamin C in combination with the hydrating serum. Vitamin C, because it can be a little bit, it can be irritating on some skin types, I would always modify it by adding a hydrating serum with it. You can do the calming serum if they're prone to redness, or you don't have to use any serum at all. It just depends on what your goals are with the guest skin. So let's say, for example, that Liana's goal is just hydrating, overall hydration and anti-aging. The best serum for that would be the Resurrection. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take 2 pumps of that, mix it in my hand. I'm going to go ahead and apply it. Once I've spread the product out evenly, I'm going to pat it into the skin. Once it's completely absorbed into the skin, you're going to apply about a pea-sized portion of aloe vera on top. The aloe vera acts as a reflector, and it allows the light to work a little bit stronger. So you're going to just mix a little bit of the aloe, and you're going to apply a thin layer of that on top of your serum. Again, if you're dealing with bacteria and it's more of an acne guest, you can skip all of the serums and go straight into the aloe and then put the light on top of it. That's another option for you as well. Once your guest has both the serum and the aloe completely absorbed into the skin, you're going to protect their eyes. So you're going to take the little 2x2s here, the cotton pads, and you want to get a mini stack of them. So I like to use 4 per eye. So now that I have my 4 eye pads, I'm going to go ahead and dip them into my water, and I'm going to squeeze out the extra water, and this just helps them to stick on the skin better and prevents them from falling. I'm going to cover the entire eye area. If your guest is even more sensitive and 4 pads don't do the trick, you can do 6 pads. It's not going to hurt them. It's just more about their comfort level. But you always want to let your guests know, you want to inform them that it's going to be bright and it's going to take about 5 minutes for their eyes to kind of acclimate to it. After you've applied the slightly damp cotton pads, you're going to take these tanning goggles here and you're going to put them on top, just like that. Now your guest is ready to go. You're going to turn on the machine in whatever setting that you're interested in. Today I'll demonstrate a red-blue light. So I'll put on my correct setting of 25 minutes. I'm going to click red and blue, and now we're ready to go. So before I turn it on, I'm going to move the machine around here, and I'm going to turn the machine on first before putting it over their face, and then turning it on, because it can be a little bit scary at first. I don't want to surprise them. So I'm going to click the button on. Oops. And I'm going to slowly move the light over the face. You want it to be 6 inches from the face. So if you need to move it up and down, there's a control on the side of the machine, and you can move it lower or higher. Once you have the light 6 inches from the face, you can actually pull this top cover down just a little bit so it can treat their chest area as well. The light is not safe to be in, it's not safe to be in the same room as the light without protective eyeglasses. So prior to the treatment, you want to let your guests know that you're going to be stepping out of the room during the 25-minute session, and that you'll be happy to check in on them after about 5 or 10 minutes just to make sure everything's going well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let her know. All right, you are all set, Liana. I'm going to come in and I'm going to check in on you in about 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure you're okay. Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Okay. All right, enjoy your treatment. Okay, so again, the light will click off automatically after about 25 minutes. So when you return after checking in on your guests once or twice while they're processing, you'll come back, obviously, if the light clicked off. I like to check in with my guests and just say, how are you doing? Are you doing okay?
Yes.
All right. Did you get a chance to relax?
Yes.
Perfect. Go ahead and you can unplug the machine, wrap the cord around the very top here, and just get it prepared to be moved out of the room. Something I forgot to mention is that because we only have one machine, anytime you have a Luminox booked on your schedule, you want to coordinate and make sure that nobody else has the same treatment on their books. If they do, you want to make sure that you talk to another esthetician and make sure that you've coordinated how you're going to transport the machine. It happens occasionally that we have it booked on the books. Some girls like to use the Luminox at the beginning of the treatment, some like to use it at the very end of the treatment, but you can coordinate it properly with one of the other estheticians. So now we're going to take off the protective eyewear. You want to put these aside to sanitize them. You can use alcohol or you can put them in the quats for a couple minutes, but we're just going to put those aside. She has aloe vera on the skin right now, so she has her serum and aloe. You can go ahead and you can just finish up the procedure if that's what you want to leave her with. If you want to wipe off some of the aloe, you can. So if you are someone that wants to wipe down some of it, you shouldn't have to, but if for whatever reason you want to, just get a nice warm towel and just give the skin a quick wipe down. You're going to go ahead and pick one of the serums of choice that you want to finish the skin off with. Maybe it's different than the one that you wanted to treat the skin with. So maybe you would rather treat the skin with the Resurrection and you want to finish them with the hydrating serum. That's fine. Or maybe you want to use the same one. So I'm just going to reapply the Resurrection because I think it's the best choice for her today. And you're going to pat it into the skin. And you're going to go ahead and pick out a retinol product for her. So I'm going to use the Lactic Nutrient Cream today, just because Leona's skin tends to be a little bit more on the drier side and she wants to focus on anti-aging. So you're going to apply that on top of your serum. And of course, the way that you end the procedure is going to vary from guest to guest, since all our facials are customized according to their skin type. Eye cream. Pick out your proper moisturizer. And you're going to finish with a little bit of SPF. By now your guest is pretty relaxed, so we are going to help wake her up by giving her a little bit of peppermint oil and inviting her to take 3 deep breaths in. And take one last good deep breath in and slowly exhale. And that's how you complete the 45-minute Luminox treatment. We do sell a series package of these treatments where they can be done, like I said, 45 minutes at a time, and we have a 4 series treatment and an 8 series treatment. You can always double check with the front desk and find out what the price points are if it's something your guest is interested in. This procedure can also be done, it can be done every day. It will not hurt you if you perform it every day, or they want to come in and do a quick Luminox light therapy treatment here and there for wound healing or something. It's fine. But most people come in like maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and they'll do that for a series of 4 or 8 or however many treatments until they get the desired benefits. One of the best benefits of this treatment for anti-aging is that almost immediately after, whether you do the blue light or the red light or a combination, you'll notice that their skin looks a little bit more taut and it feels a little tight. So that will be the one thing that you will notice almost instantly following this treatment, as well as their texture of their skin feels really, really smooth. Now that the treatment is complete, we're going to go ahead and we're going to return the Luminox machine back to the proper spot. You want to make sure that you are grabbing the machine by the base and not by the neck. If you push it by the neck, this can easily break or snap off. So just to prevent that, you want to keep it nice and stable, and you want to make sure that you're putting pressure on the bottom and then moving it slowly over the door opening. And then you just put it back into the hallway so it's available for the next esthetician. And that completes our treatment.